Hello Capsuleers! Today we're going to teach you how to run FOBs, Forward Operating Bases, or aka Pirate Strongholds. By the end of this video, we promise that you and your organization will be able to run these activities as a professionals, as safe as possible as well. First, we're going to talk is what is Forward Operating Bases. This is activity that you can find in the encounters, and they're going to be a pirate strongholds. If there is anything available to see, it's going to be glowing, so you can click and see where it is. If not, you need to scout around. Depends how long they stay in space. They could be visual if they are fresh only from the systems they are, or the next door system, or the few jumps out. I believe that the oldest FOB I've ever recall is going to be 5 jumps away. I recommend that you have assured locations. Create a route for your organization that is gonna have all the systems in the region that you're gonna be operating, and so people can set a route that does not backtrack, repeat itself, and you can explore all the system in that region quickly. So you send scouts with very fast ships, and they're gonna tell you what systems they are, and you can send other scouts or even them to create the grid. You need to create a grid which is gonna be a safe location for the people to go to and get paid without interact with the FOB, otherwise it's difficult to find 40 experienced pilots. You will have some alphas, people that may not be able to use our doctrines or the doctrines that we recommend as well, so you will need a safe location for them, which is going to be between 2,000 and 10,000 kilometers. You need a grid between 0 and 500 kilometers for you and your people to operate inside. We're going to show you a video right now how to set up the grid while talking to for other things as well. So this is how we set up the grid. We need to warp inside with a pod. Why? Because the only thing that doesn't spawn the NPCs is going to be the pod. So we can warp inside, we can create the grid and go away. If we stay long enough, the station will start neutralizes our pod and etc. These NPCs, the diamond rats, they will kill your pod if you stay long enough inside. So we try not to stay long enough inside. We're just gonna go create the grid, which is gonna be first things first. When we warp inside, we're looking for the kilometers. When we are within I would say depends the speed of your PC. Back a few years ago with my old PC, I had to click it when it was 20,000 kilometers in order for me to get a grid under 10,000. But now with my newer PC, which is a little bit faster, I do that when I see 10,000 kilometers. I just prepare that location upper hand, and I just create the save location, which is the ping, which is between 2,000 and 10,000 kilometers. And when I land on the 0, because I'm already landing on the 0 on the FOB, then I'm gonna create the 0 as well. So what I'm gonna do after that is warp into that 0 within 100, and this is when we're gonna create the 100, and then go back to the ping and warp to the 100 within 100, and this is how we do the 200, and again and again and again till we have a grid that is a line of up to 500 kilometer locations we can warp to. Why do we need to warp to? Is depends what NPCs we're gonna get inside, and depends of our doctrine and fleet we're flying. If we're flying the battleships, cruisers, we're gonna be fighting on 300. But if we have Kikimoras and Damovacs, we are gonna be fighting on 500. Why is that? Because the FOB itself is very heavy neutralizer. It's very heavy neutralizer, and it jams, and it's just very difficult for you to fight on a FOB on 0. It just creates too much stress, it's too much hassle, it's too much risk. So what we do, we're just gonna create that grid, we're gonna go to 300, we're gonna spawn that fleet, we're gonna fight, and when we kill them, we are gonna go back to our save location, the ping. We're gonna deploy, or maybe upper hand, we're gonna deploy mobile depots, and we're gonna change our modules from tank to DPS, which is gonna be the the DPS modules, by sacrificing our tanks. This is when we don't have numbers. So if we have numbers, we don't do that. We just killed it with the tank fit on. So the things I needed to say is damage type. This is a Guristas FOB we're gonna show you today. This is a Guristas FOB, and as every person in EVE Online, you should be well aware that Guristas are missile and kinetic. And you're wrong. Apparently the damage in FOBs is thermal, which is kinda odd because everyone knows that Guristas are kinetic. I believe that this is just another ship sync created by CCP for us to, well, need more ships. Yeah, it is not difficult for you to lose your ship in FOBs. The damage is extremely high. It's pure thermal, so you will need as much thermal as possible. This is only for the response fleet. The production fleet, at the other hand, this is the Badger. And we're gonna talk about the Badger now, and we're gonna come back to the first fleet, the response fleet later. So the Badger fleet, the Badger fleet is kinetic. This fleet spawn when Badger warp to the station to dock in and undock, or maybe just undocking to go to the belts. If the FOB stay enough in the system, there will be a Badger fleet. So right now I'm gonna put on the background here for us to watch how I solo FOBs with my two Equiturses while talking. So when the Badger appears, sorry, just let me concentrate. So when the Badger appears, we have a few seconds. We need to warp away because we're not fitted to fight kinetic. We're fitted to fight thermal, and in that case we are extremely vulnerable to attacks. There is two options: go back to ping and refit the thermal armor hardeners with kinetic armor hardeners, and you can come back and fight. But there is no reason for you to fight any more NPCs than the initial spawn, because they have no drop, they have no bounty, they have no loot. The production fleet has a little bit of bounty, okay, but it's nothing to speak of. So it's just a waste of time. You're gonna spend more money in munitions than you will gain from killing these NPCs. It's just a waste of time, waste of money. How you hunt the Badger is, if you want to eliminate the Badger upper hand before you kill the FOB, or this is what you want to do, is just hunt down the Badger, is when you go and you find these FOBs, you go and descan the belts. When you see that on the belt there is that Badger or a bastard, you warp there, and he is gonna warp to a safe location immediately. So you just warp there and you run away, because you're gonna call the production fleet and you need to warp out. You warp to another safe location, you start scanning down with combat probes. Once you scan down the Badger, you can warp to that Badger, and as soon as you land, create a safe spot. Just, Control B, save location. That's gonna be your Badger on 0. You warp yourself away immediately as a production fleet is coming. You warp yourself out and you warp to this location within 100. You need to be in a fast frigate. I would recommend probably a Stero with a micro warp drive. You need a speed for more than 2000. You need speed more than 2000. These NPCs, the production fleet, they do not warp. They will try to chase you up. So when you warp to your pre-save location on that Badger on 0, as you made the first time you warp to it after you scan it down, you warp within 100 and you accelerate away from them. If you have speed more than 2000, they will continue chasing you without catching you. So when you get far away enough that you think that it's gonna take them more time for them to come near you before you kill the badger, then you stop your ship, you warp to that 0, and you kill the badger, because they will turn around and start coming back towards the badger once you warp. So if you think that the distance is enough, you can kill the badger. If not, before you make that warp to 0, you can make another safe location there, call it far away, and you start killing the badger and they're coming too close. Just warp to that far away and continue accelerating till you give yourself enough time for you to kill the badger and loot it. I believe that the loot from that badger is about 75 millions. It could be done with alpha, it could be done with a new player activity as well. It's kind of interesting. Now we're gonna go back to spawns and coins for you to understand what are we going to be fighting inside. So the spawn and coins is when we warp in with anything except, warping to the FOB with anything except pod. We're going to be spawning the initial fleet. The initial fleet is composed of 11 coins worth of ships. How do we calculate that? As I'm gonna go here back into the game for a second. Back into the game, we have a sheet here I would like you to see. Okay, so this is it. We have the FOB coins, we have the payment system and the loot. So the FOB coin system works this way. Frigates 0.5 coins, destroyers 0.75 coins, cruiser 1 coin, battle cruiser 3 coins, Logitech 1 is going to be 3 coins, Ikitursa is going to be 3.5 coins, battleship is going to be 5 coins, Logitech 2 5 coins, and the battleship Logi, which is Nestor. Everyone knows about Nestor. That's going to be between 15 and 25 coins. As we already said, the initial fleet is gonna be composed of 11 coins worth of ships, and I don't think that anyone would like to go there and kill NPCs that are pretty powerful for no loot, no money. I believe that everyone would like to run them as efficient and fast as possible, which means you will try to compose your fleet to be in that margin of 11 coins, so you can go there with 11 cruisers, or you can go there with for example 2 Ikitursas, actually even 3 Ikitursas. Okay, you can go there with the 3 Ikitursas. We highly recommend the Triglavian ships. Why? Because they have bonuses on repairs. They repair their partners for less energy that they use for repairing themselves, and this is where we're gonna show you now our fits, and then gonna continue to the payment system. So the first one, we're gonna start with the frigate. This is our frigate. It's called Oh Hell No. What we do with these frigates, when we go and start killing the FOB, we just warp to 300 to spawn the fleet, then we warp the whole fleet on 500. We accelerate in some random direction, we put the afterburners on, and everyone is orbiting the FC. So the FC is going to be calling the shot and moving the fleet in position to fire. This ship, they're pretty fast, they're pretty durable, they don't really take as much damage. As you can see, they have no armor repair, but we have a remote armor repair on the top, so we repair each other instead of having self repairs. With this doctrine, we're extremely powerful. The NPCs are doing extremely ridiculous damage because we implement the speed tanking, which everyone should know how the speed tanking works. You too fast to be hit. So we have extremely good resistance, speed tanking. The same apply for the Kikimoro. We have a prototype one, which you can see, and the UNSC Advance as well, you can see. This is our fits. It works the same way with the speed tank. We go there. This one they are a little bit better because they have self-repair as well. The most dangerous part is the very beginning, before your reactive armor hardens kicks in and turn all the resistance, which is gonna be up to 60% resistance to thermal. Of course, it's not gonna be 60% resistance because of the penalties, but these ships, they're gonna have 96% thermal or more, and combined with a speed of 800 plus, the caracals are gonna be doing you something of a 6 damage per hit per caracal. It's a pretty safe. And then we're gonna show you the Vedmax. The Vedmax is the doctrines that we will use in the most. This is the prototype one, is the one that we've been using the most. We are fighting on 300. We did not implement the speed tank, but we do have the prototype 2, which is a speed tanking as well. We have not implemented it for the new bros. We decided, I know, using our previous doctrine, the one with we just normally moving around, it's actually working for us as well. We're gonna show you the Drakovac, and then we're gonna show you the Leshak and my personal Leshak as well. We're trying not to make them green and expensive. As you will find out, we do not fight in a big ship. We are trying to fight in small ships like Vedmax, Kikimoras, Damavax, so we can actually get more people inside. Now we're gonna continue watching here as I already start killing at the station with the two A-Kiturses, deploying a mobile depot, changing my bottom modules so I can kill it as fast as possible. The FOB can take a 5000 HP per second damage. So that means that if you and your fleet have more than 5000 DPS, you're gonna be deflecting. So that means that you're not doing as much to the station. Right, let's check out the payment system first, and we're gonna go more forward. So it's gonna be for one person. If you kill it solo, you're only gonna get 20 million ISK. If you go between 1 and 9 people, you're gonna be rising between 20 to 29 million per person. Depends how many people you're gonna go inside. It's just exponentially going up with roughly about 1 million per person. 10 people get a 30 million each, which is the optimal. This is the optimal FOB payout. For 10 to 20 is gonna be between 30 and 25. It's already going diminishing, and from 30 to 40 is gonna be between 25 to 20 million each, which the max reward is 800 million ISK bounty. That's just the bounty. The loot itself is depends how much is gonna drop from the station. I think we kill a FOB recently. Let me just see. Yes, I have a kill of FOB recently. As you can see, it depends how much modules are gonna drop. The price vary. I would say between 0, because sometimes it may not drop a single module, to 150 million, and there is gonna be a chance for you to drop the cacher. I call that the box. That is 400,000 cubic meters. That can only be picked up by freighter, so bear in mind that you may need a freighter as well for this cacher drop, this blueprint. It only dropped that sorry, it only drops that blueprint. Okay, we're going to the next one. Alright, just bear with me in a second. Let's move here. Why do we use the Triglavian ship? As you can see here, is their capabilities of spawning damage. This Ichthyorsis with the maxed skills and implant sets, each of the Ichthyorsis get a 3000 DPS, so those two Ichthyorsis, they're doing 6000 DPS, which is 1000 DPS more than what the station can take. So I will be deflecting them. I will be deflecting damage on this FOB. That means that I'm gonna be killing it as fast as a fleet. This is when we are doing when you have skills. If you don't have skills and you want to fly in a fleet, now we're gonna open here our Kiki fleet. We recently did a Kiki fleet, so this is what we're gonna be. So this is what we're doing. Let me just
I'm saying no.
Unmute it. Yeah. So what we're gonna be showing you here in this fleet is how you do it with Kikis. As we already said, that afterburners is important. We're just gonna be dragging the fleet away. We're gonna be dragging the fleet away. Speed tanking it. I will be regrouping the people because that works better if you pull them all. Make sure that their afterburners are on. That's why we have their speed, so we can monitor the speed. And we have the tags because this is a PvE activity. We're gonna be tagging them instead of broadcasting. As you can see, we are already tagging them. And we just kill them by tags. We just call the tags, follow 1 2 3 1 2 3, then ABC, or 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, whatever works for you best. As we mentioned how to hunt the badger, we mentioned how to run the FOBs. You need to fight on 300 or above because of the station. Station will attack you within 280 kilometer range. That means that it's going to heavily neutralize you, jam you. You need to fight within 300 or more kilometers away. If you're going to be flying fast ships, you better fight on 500, because if they start running away towards the FOB, the enemies, you will need a margin of space to catch them and not being targeted by the FOB itself. As we mentioned earlier, the rest of your fleet stays on ping, which they still get paid even if they are only in the frigates. The only thing that doesn't get paid is going to be the corvette. If they come with a corvette, they will not get paid. If you have battleships as we have here, and we have the grid, right now we right click on 300, warp within 100, and we're going to end up on 400, which these ships are 400 kilometers away from us. So we actually did the impossible, which is 100 kilometer warp, because if online says that the minimum warp you can do is 150 kilometer, this is for you to initiate warp, but you can right click warp within, and the maximum distance within is 100 kilometer, so you can even do a 50 kilometer warp, depends of the distance. So bear that in mind, experiment with it, go inside, kill these FOBs. It's a great activity to generate money for you, your friends, and have some fun. Let's see if I have missed anything. So let me talk about some of the spawns as well, as we're not gonna show them here. Because there is 11 coins of spawn of the fleet, it does not say what exactly is gonna spawn. As you can see, this one here is gonna be 4 frigates and 2 battleships. The previous one that we showed with the Iquitursis was a lot of cruisers. It can spawn literally anything that they can just come up with. There could be Ospreys repair. Castros holds you in by they putting web and disruptor on you. Blackbirds, they jams you. Caracos are the damage dealers, and the battleships, they do neutralize you when you go close to them, and they probably have a good damage if they're gonna be fighting a big object like a battleship. But against the small targets, they're pretty weak. They neutralize, yes, that's correct, they do neutralize nasty, but if you keep your velocity, they don't do damage to you. So the strategy when you go inside is gonna be the first things first. Eliminate the frigates, because that is what holds you in. If anyone else warp inside and try to kill you, it's, you know, and if there's those frigates hold you in, you're in a big trouble, because they're gonna spawn more NPCs and, well, you're dead. We recommend that when you warp inside, first things is try to kill the frigates, because they come to you first. Try to eliminate them before the Ospreys arrive to repair them. If they are like just like 1 or 2 frigates, kill them quickly, then concentrate on the Osprey. If you have everything, if you have frigates, Ospreys, Blackbirds, Caracos, I would suggest that you kill the frigates, so you're gonna be safe. If you need to warp to ping, you're gonna be free to run away if needed. So kill the frigates. Start killing the Osprey next. If you are in trouble of killing the Ospreys because it's too much jam coming off the Blackbird, see who of your people is being attacked by the Blackbird. Tell that person to run in an opposite direction, getting away from you. That puts your group in the middle and the Blackbird from the other side. So it's gonna, the Blackbird is gonna chasing that person, running away and getting the Blackbird towards the group. When it's close enough, tell your people to take the medium drones out and put them on the Blackbird. Or if it's close enough for you to put your main weapons on it, do so. This is how you're gonna kill the Blackbird. Vedmax, they don't have the range to send the drones, but they do have the range to keep the drones active. So if that person dragged the Blackbird next to you about 60-65 kilometers and you send your drones as a cruiser, they can operate their drones up to 85 kilometers with a perfect skill. So I would suggest you do that, so you can send the drones. They're gonna be finishing the Blackbird, as the Blackbird is keeping a range between 82 kilometers away from you. Yeah, as we already mentioned, you could have Ospreys, you can have multiple Ospreys. If you have multiple Ospreys, like a 2-3 Ospreys, they are repairing each other, so that makes things even difficult, because you need to spawn enough damage to break their repair and then kill that first one, and then kill the second, and then kill the third one, and after that you just kill the Caracos. When all of this is done, change your fit to DPS and you start killing the structure. If you have plenty of people there with the good skills, and you don't need to change the fit. For example, 8 Vedmax with the good pilot skills, it can kill the FOB without switching to DPS, because they will have the DPS required to kill the station without switching their tank. So experiment on it and fly safe, everyone. Hope that this guide is gonna help you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me again. My name is Clendato Peacekeeper. I'm the leader of the UNSC Alliance. Please do like, subscribe this channel for more content. Thank you and fly safe. Bye bye.